about from C6-7 down to T4. So it's just generally, that's the area we're going to go through. These are going to have the same coupling patterns and same characteristics as what we have up in the mid-cervical spine. So the most important part when you're doing these in weight bearing, whether you're talking thoracic or cervical thoracic, they have to be sitting correctly. Because as you know, with the shoulder evaluation or thoracic, if you go ahead and sit sloppy, if he's sitting like this, I've already got him pretty much in range flexion. So he's already fully flexed here. So if I'm checking neck and I have him look up towards the ceiling, he's already at kind of the close pack position in neutral. If he goes farther, he's going to get shearing or pain, so he's going to get reproduction of symptoms. He's going to feel like he has absolutely no extension here. Also, if I take him too much extension, now I've close packed him into extension, it's going to feel like he has no mobility here, he's going to cause some compression with that. So you really want a nice neutral position. You want him balanced between their ischial tubes and their PNS. And that's important. You can even put your foot back here, or your knee back here to support them, or you can tilt the table down slightly just to get their pelvis forward. But you really want them in neutral sitting. That's the most important part with all this. Because as we talked about with the shoulder, whoever did shoulder, if you're in this position with shoulder and they reach up and they have impingement, it's because you've already close packed it too early. If you have him look up towards the ceiling, he's like, oh, this hurts so bad. And then you're like, well, can you sit up tall? That's better. Now can you raise your arms in the air? Now look up. Oh, that's even better. That doesn't hurt me at all. Why? Because I just take him farther and farther out of the in-range extension position. So that tells me, well, maybe he'll respond well if I can mobilize above and below and give him some stability here. So, good position with this. Then I'm going to test his CT junction. So I'm going to palpate around here. The most prominent is usually C7 or T1. So can you look up towards the ceiling for me? And then back in. And I'm going to feel C6 dive away. Classically, you feel L5 dive away with extension. You feel C6 dive away here. And then you feel your lunate dive away. Capitate. Sorry. Capitate dive away when you extend the wrist. I was like, that doesn't sound right. Okay. So, you can do this just with their head, or you can do this with a collar technique. I'll show you the head first. This actually seems sloppy, but it works okay if you got him in a good sitting position. So I'm just going to grab him by the head. Oh, is that real?
It's a wig.
Miami, we have nice ones down here.
Yes.
So I got him in neutral position. I found C6. I'm going to palpate between C6 and C7 and just slowly start extending his head to feel how it dives away. We get between C7 and T1. And I'm going to work my way down. You're obviously going to feel a lot at the CT junction, and then when you get to upper thoracic, you're not going to feel much at all. If you feel like nothing's moving here and all you're doing is just cramming him here, I can reach around and collar him, or I'm grabbing lower on his neck. I want this a little lower. And then I can try to bring him this way, where I'm not feeling like I'm creating quite as much shearing through his C5, C6 area. If that doesn't work, you have him collar up behind his neck. Can you collar up behind your neck for me, please? And then I can just get up under his arms, hug him nice and close. And then I can just shift him up this way and then feel. Especially when I get to cervical thoracic spine, this sometimes gets a little bit easier to control. So you have the choice.